Welcome back aspirants on MacTech 40, and today we will solve one question of ESC mains, and the question is, as you have seen in thumbnail, the bolted joint. Okay, this question is a very basic question for if you don't know. Okay, before because the viewers who are viewing, so there may be two category viewers, one who know how to uh, solve this, the second those who don't know. Okay, so for those who know, this is the revision, and for those who don't know, here today you will come to know how to solve this bolted joint, and when specially there is eccentricity is given, how to solve the problems of eccentricity. And among the eccentricity numerical, this is the very basic. Okay, the the easiest question. Okay, and this question has been asked in 2018 mains exam. So today we will solve one. This is basic question because so some those who know how to solve this, okay, so they tell why this is silly question. Okay, but before go to higher level, we know we have to know the basics. Okay, then and only we can solve advanced level problem. So today we will solve basic question, and then we will move one level up. Okay, with some more number of bolts or some more complexity we will solve in upcoming video. So let's start today's video. So this is the schematic diagram of the eccentric bolted joint. So the what the question is, three M20 bolts are used to connect steel plate with a channel section structural member as shown in figure. So this is the one kind of in a construction. Okay, the problem is based on construction. This is the channel. Okay, and this is the steel plate. The bolt material is given 50C4. Ultimate strength of material is given 660 megapascal, and yield strength is given 460 megapascal. So which one we have to take? You know the basic, that is we are designing on the shear basis, and upper yield limit in the structural member we will consider as a failure. Okay, because there is a slight change in the cross section or in the yield, so bolt will be softened, so this whole structure will get collapsed. So beyond the yield we will consider as a failure. So our ultimate point will be yield. So our maximum stress of the material, that is 460 divided by 2. One more thing, why this I have taken 2, because here one assumption you have to write in the question paper also, because here it is not mentioned which theory you have to take. Okay, so you have to write in the question that assume maximum principal stress theory. Okay, and as we know maximum principal stress theory, the shear stress is the maximum stress divided by 2. Okay, sorry, ultimate stress divided by 2. So this is 230 megapascal. So we have to determine the factor of safety if the plate carries a load of 25,000 newton at the end. That means the load here it is given as 25,000 newton, and the area of the bolt is 245 mm square. Okay, so we need not to have calculated pi by 4 d square at every time, just area is directly given. Okay, so first understand this, because here there are not, what happen if you take like this, suppose this is the structural member and you are applying force. Okay, so there is only one stress and it is directly acting on this component, so it is direct stress. But here the stress is acting, but the load and the application of load is somewhere eccentric. Okay, so there will be two stresses. One will be primary stresses, and second one will be secondary stresses due to eccentricity. What is the primary and what is the secondary? Okay, we will see one by one. Okay, and here one thing That is, yes, we have to give the numbering first. The Here the method start. First give the numbering. This is the first bolt, this is the second bolt, this is the third bolt. Okay, and the direction of the stresses. The primary stress, I am writing the primary stresses, I will indicate by blue, and the secondary stress I will indicate with green. Okay, so this force is acting downward, so primary stress will act in the opposite direction of the external force. Okay, this 1 2 3 like this, the primary force is acting downward, so primary stress will be in opposite, as you know, as usual. Okay, and this will equally divide among the number of the bolts. So first you have to write here is, we will calculate first force, then we will divide with area, so you will get. Okay, so first primary force is, so what is the primary force here? The As I told you, suppose here, take as b1, b2 and b3. This is what this indicate. The b1, b2, b3 indicates the primary force in bolt number 1, 2 and 3 respectively. Okay, so, and this will divide in equally in among all this. So b1 is equal to b2 is equal to b3 is equal to total value of the force. What is the net force? 25,000 divided by number of bolts. Here 3 bolts are given. Okay, if there are 4 bolts or 5 bolts, so this primary force is divided among the 5 and in equally. Okay, so this will equal to 8333.33 Newton. Just mark in the box. Okay, this will be our result number 1. Now how to calculate the secondary force? Okay, so secondary force, before calculating secondary force, we have to calculate one constant C. This constant C is force, external force multiplied by eccentric distance, that is moment, or you can say that divided by the radius square. What is the radius square? R1 square plus R2 square. Let me clear you first in the figure. Okay, so as you can see here, as this force is acting downward, so this will apply a moment in clockwise direction. Okay, so what the bolts will do, they will try to resist in opposite direction. Okay, like this in anti-clockwise, but due to this moment, the resisting force will be in like this horizontal direction. This, suppose this is the axis initially at this point, so if it turns at degree theta like this, if the bolt is allowed to rotate at theta degree in this direction. Okay, so what bolt will do, the bolt will apply the force in opposite direction to maintain in stable condition. Okay, if the bolt turn successfully theta degree, that means our structure is failed. So to resist against this moment, against this, so the bolt is applying the external resultant external force, sorry, not external, this is a internal resistance force in this direction from right to left, perpendicular to this primary force. And here, and this is the center. First of all, you have to find, okay, while calculating the direction, one thing, that is, first find CG of the system, CG of bolt system, and this will similar, and this also be applicable to riveted joint. Okay, what is the CG of bolted system? Because, so what is, this is the center line, I am marking with green, this is the center line. So what is the distance, the 100 mm 200 mm between three center of the bolt? So you have to find the CG. So CG will be lie at somewhere here. Okay, this is the easiest question. If there is a like this six question, sorry, six bolts, so the CG will be again same. But what is the R1 R2 that I have written is least distance, or you can say that perpendicular distance in the against the direction of the force. Okay, least perpendicular distance. Okay, in the against the direction of the force. Like here the force is acting in this direction, so the perpendicular distance this, so this is R1, and here the bolt is trying to turn outward like this, the theta angle. So what the bolt will do, the bolt will try to resist here in this direction. So the distance between this is called R2. For example, if there are 5 bolts and again the moment is same, so the what happened, external forces try to rotate in clockwise direction, so the bolt will again try to, this is the perpendicular distance, least distance. Okay, least distance is always perpendicular to the distance, so this is R, and in perpendicular direction the your secondary force will act, b b1 double dash. Okay, so this is how, this is the 90-degree distance. Okay, always remember, first of all find out the CG of the bolt system, then find the least distance, that means the distance between two bolts should be least. So find out least distance. Okay, this is a simple case, so you are easily found, and it is given also 100 mm. Okay, so what will happen if if the distance is not given or the outer dimension is given, we will solve in the upcoming lectures that will contain some more complexity. Okay, find out the radius, least distance, or you can say that R1, then find out the direction of the force, direction of secondary force. Okay, so first three things you can find in the figure. So here in our case, the direction, and this I'm again drawing is okay because this is too much complex. So this is the radius R1, and this is the least distance R2, and force is acting this direction, and both this perpendicular direction. Okay, now among these three bolts, this is bolt number 1, bolt number 2, and bolt number 3. Now this is the CG point, there is no radial distance, so there is only one primary stress force is acting. We have to find the maximum stress. Okay, because we are designing on the maximum stress basis, which component is subjected to highest stress. Okay, and to prevent that part from failure we are designing. So here there is a one primary force R1 B1 dash on bolt, and B3 dash and B2 dash acting, but along with this B1 double dash, here I am double dash writing with which indicates the secondary force, and B3 double dash. So there is a addition, not a simple arithmetic addition, there is geometric addition. Okay, by vector addition, or you can say that. So this is the largest, these two are the largest, so we have to calculate the force for this 1 and 3, not for 2. Okay, so this is the first, as I have explained you. So first you have to find the constant C. So what constant C is? Force, that is 25,000 Newton, into eccentricity, that is 400 mm, divided by R1 is what, 100 mm, 100 square plus 100 square, because here the least distance between these 2 points is 100 mm, and it is in perpendicular to the direction of the secondary force B1 double dash. So when you solve this, 25,000 multiplied by 400 divided by 2 times 100 square, So this will get cancelled out. Okay, so this is 500. The value of C is 500 Newton per meter. Newton per meter. This is the one constant C. Now to find the secondary force in bolt 1, I am denoting with B1 double dash. This is 500. We have to multiply. What is the equation I am writing first? C into the least distance for this bolt, and for B3 bolt, B3 bolt, that is the secondary force is C into R2. That is C is what, 500, and distance is R1 is 100. 500 multiplied by 100, that is 500 double zero, that is 500 double zero Newton. Now here, as I told you, this is the vector addition. This both are in 90 degree. Here look at this. This both are at 90 degrees. So as per Pythagoras theorem, we can just directly apply that net force acting on the bolt B1 is equal to square root of B1 dash whole square plus square root of B1 double dash whole square. So what is the value of B1? 8333.33 whole square plus 50,000 whole square. So when you solve this in your calculator, you will find 50,689.6. 50,689.6 Newton. So this is the net force acting on the bolt 1, and due to similarity of geometric similarity, this will be same as B3. If the distance here like 100 mm, suppose this is the 75 mm and this is 100 mm, so your answer could be different. B1 is not equal to B3. Now just divide with the area, force divide the area, so you will get the actual stresses on the bolt. Actual stress, that is force upon area is given. What is the area is given in the question? That is 243 mm square, I think. So, yes, 245. Area is 245. So this is 50689.6 divided by 245. Okay, why I am taking units in mm? Because the ultimate strength is given in megapascal. So when you solve this, you will find as a 206 megapascal. Okay, this is 206 megapascal, and you know very well from the first year, that is factor of safety is given as maximum allowable stress divided by actual stress, and for a successful design, our actual stress should be always less than maximum allowable stress. What is the maximum allowable stress here? 230 divided by 206. Here again I am telling you why 230, because I have written one statement, the assumption, that is maximum principal stress theory. If you use the one Mises theory, then there will be some answer different. Okay, if you use the maximum shear stress theory, then your answer could be somewhat different. So here I am getting 1.11 as a factor of safety. So this is the answer of this question. Factor of safety 1.11. Hope you guys understand. This is the method, standard method. For first, again I am revising you the steps. First, find out primary force, and how to find, just this is equation. Second, determine the CG. Here I written. Second is determine the CG of the bolt system. Then find out the least radial distance. Again, the perpendicular direction of the secondary force. Okay, so then third, find out the C, and if there is a number of bolt more than 2, so there will be R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus R4 whole square. Okay, R1 not, this is again I written wrong, R2 square, then bracket close. Okay, just R2 square plus R3 square plus R4 square up to number of bolt is given. First, when you find out C value, then find the secondary shear force C into R1, C into R2. Okay, then find out the resultant. Okay, and if there here it is in case these both are in 90 degree, in some cases you will get like this. So first of all you have to find the this angle, and you have to do the vector addition. Okay, like b1 square plus b2 square plus 2 cot 2 b1 b1 dash plus b2 double dash cos 2 theta. Okay, you know the equation. So this is the method, find this is the method of finding force, then divide with area. Now the what are the varieties, what should be the uh, what the varieties you can expect. First, here area is actually given, so first variety is what, factor of safety you will given. You have to find the diameter, pi by 4 d square, as per the all the stresses. This could be one. Second, you have to find the allowable stress, the simple basic question that can also be asked. Third, we have to find out the factor of safety given, diameter it is given. Okay, we have to find the material, like materials strength, what is the ultimate strength of the material, what is the yield stress. Okay, and in option there are 4 materials given with their yield strength. Okay, so you have to choose from that one, but the majority of chances are finding the diameter of the bolt. Okay, hope you guys understand. If you have still any doubt, okay, just go back and watch the video again and again, and if you have still any doubt, then ask in the comment section. Tomorrow most probably we will solve the one advanced level of in this bolted joint. So till then, keep studying, stay focused.